Have you ever felt like the universe is trying to get your attention, but not with words, not with noise, but with patterns, whispers, repetition? You keep seeing the same numbers on clocks, receipts, license plates, again and again. You brush it off, right? Coincidence. But what if it's not? What if those numbers are messages? Not random, but intentional. Not meaningless, but aligned with your path. Tell me in the comments, what's one number you keep seeing lately, and how does it make you feel? Because here's what you need to know. Those repeating numbers, they may be guiding you toward a turning point, a moment when clarity, timing, and energy align, and unlock a ripple that could shift your financial destiny. And that moment is fast approaching. In June 2025, this isn't about superstition. It's not a quick fix or empty promise. This is about awareness, tapping into the deeper rhythm of the universe. Because numbers hold energy, they carry intention, and many are rooted in Buddhist teachings that reflect balance, flow, and purpose. When your actions align with intention, and your energy aligns with universal timing, money doesn't just become a goal. It becomes a natural outcome of spiritual clarity. In this video, you'll discover 6 powerful numbers to focus on in June, each one holding a unique frequency that can help unlock new levels of abundance and purpose in your life. And if you stay until the end, I'll share a bonus number, one that's not just rare, but transformational, known to amplify manifestation and magnetize success faster than you ever imagined. But before we begin, take a moment. Let go of the noise, close your eyes, breathe in deeply. Feel yourself here. Now tap the like button, subscribe to Old Buddhist Philosophy, and comment this below to claim your energy. I trust the signs, I welcome wealth, I align with abundance. Ready? Let's begin. Number 12. The quiet strength of alignment and awakening. Let's begin with a number that hides in plain sight. Gentle, unassuming, yet profoundly powerful. 12. We see it everywhere. On clocks, calendars, the way we divide time and structure our days. But beyond this surface-level familiarity lies something deeper, something sacred. 12 is not just structure, it's spiritual architecture. It's the rhythm of the cosmos, echoed through the ordinary. A soft but consistent reminder that life isn't random, it's rhythmic. Think about it. Day meets night in 12-hour intervals. The moon completes its cycle 12 times a year. The zodiac, the seasons, the disciples, the months, all arranged in 12. And within Buddhist wisdom, this number takes on even greater meaning. It symbolizes the 12 links of dependent origination, the sacred chain that maps how suffering arises and how awakening becomes possible. These links aren't dogma, they're mirrors. They show us how craving shapes reaction, how thought becomes behavior, how action sculpts destiny. They reveal the intricate web of interconnection, the truth that nothing arises on its own. That includes you, your choices, your habits, your energy. They ripple. You're not separate from the universe, you are part of it. And 12 is your reminder to honor that connection, not escape it. Here's where the courage comes in. True strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. It's in the moment you tell the truth, even if your voice trembles. It's in the grace of pausing instead of reacting. It's in the quiet knowing that you don't have to walk this path alone. In Eastern symbolism, 12 is sometimes linked to the tiger, but not the wild, impulsive predator. This tiger is wise, still, strategic. It waits, it watches, and when the moment is right, it moves with precision, clarity, and calm. That's your energy this month. Don't just act, align. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need chaos to prove your worth. You are already enough. So pause and ask yourself, what would it look like to fully trust the timing of your life? What does aligned action mean? Not to others, but to you. It may not be some grand leap. It could be a small sacred shift, a decision made from awareness, a conversation held with honesty, a moment of silence where you'd normally rush. Because 12 isn't just a number, it's a compass pointing you inward, toward rhythm, awakening, and yes, abundance. So breathe into this frequency, reflect, listen, and know. If you move with presence, the universe will meet you there. Number 24, the silent power of stillness and focused flow. Let's shift how we define strength, because real strength, it isn't always loud. It doesn't always storm in with drama, demands, or domination. Sometimes, the strongest force in the room is the one that says nothing at all. Number 24 carries that quiet power. It doesn't rush, it doesn't chase, it simply flows, with intention, grace, and a deep knowing of where it's going. In a world constantly pulling us to do more, be more, prove more, number 24 enters like a soft breath, reminding you to come back to center, to stop scattering your energy in 100 directions, and simply return to yourself. As June 2025 unfolds, a sacred portal of energy, this number invites you to reclaim your presence. Because alignment isn't found by doing more. It's found by doing what matters, from a place of stillness. Let's break it down. 2 is the number of emotional awareness, empathy, quiet strength. It reflects your intuitive side, the part of you that feels energy before words are even spoken. 4 is your foundation, structure, stability, the calm, consistent discipline that turns vision into reality. Together, 2 and 4 create a balance. Intuition fused with intention. Imagine entering a noisy room filled with chaos. In one corner sits someone calm, grounded, silent, not trying to be noticed, but somehow they draw you in. That's the quiet magnetism of 24, not push energy, but pull energy, not force, but flow. And this is no coincidence. In Buddhist teachings, this kind of still presence is sacred. The Buddha didn't shout to be heard. He embodied truth, and truth followed naturally. You're being asked to do the same, not to abandon your dreams, but to lead them from peace, not panic, to act from alignment, not anxiety. Need a symbol? Picture the rabbit in Eastern philosophy. It doesn't sprint out of fear. It moves when the moment is right. It thrives through awareness. It survives and succeeds by sensing the unseen. That's you. So as number 24 shows up in your life, ask yourself, what part of me needs stillness right now? What would it look like to lead with quiet intention, not urgency? Maybe it's a pause before reacting. Maybe it's 1 hour without your phone. Maybe it's the simple act of doing less, but with more presence. Let this number be your permission to slow down, reconnect, and realign. Comment below to anchor it in. I align with calm. I attract with clarity. And stay close, because the next number, it just might be the breakthrough your restless mind has been waiting for. Number 18. Embrace the restless mind. Unlock the hidden genius. Let's be honest, have you ever lain awake at night, mind spinning like a carousel? One moment you're remembering something cringeworthy from years ago. The next, you're imagining your dream life, your fears, your grocery list, all crashing together like waves in a storm. It feels like chaos. But what if it's not? What if that chaos is creativity in disguise? In Buddhist philosophy, this busy internal swirl is known as the monkey mind, jumping from thought to thought, clinging, leaping, craving stimulation. But instead of fighting it, instead of trying to cage your thoughts into stillness, what if you invited them to dance? Because number 18 isn't here to silence you. It's here to awaken you. It's not about emptiness. It's about electricity. It stirs your soul. It doesn't flatten the noise. It turns it into music. Let's decode it. 1 is the spark, the pioneer, the risk-taker, the voice that says, I'll go first. 8 is structure, abundance, discipline, the sacred cycle of return. Together, 18 becomes a portal, unfiltered creativity, grounded by purpose. It reminds you that your mind wasn't built to be silent. It was built to create. So how do you activate this energy? Simple. Give yourself space. Just 18 minutes a day. Journal your thoughts, even if they don't make sense. Draw, scribble, voice note your wildest ideas. Let it all out. Not to be productive, but to be free. And when you catch your mind spinning into loops of doubt or overthinking, pause. Ask, is this thought helping me or holding me? That one moment of awareness is a doorway to clarity. Number 18 also invites you to welcome the unexpected. Say yes to randomness, a detour, a strange idea, a conversation with someone new. The universe often hides your breakthroughs where you least expect them because intuition doesn't always knock. Sometimes it crashes through the side door. Here's the truth. Creativity is not clean. It's not always calm. It's wild, messy, deeply human. And that's okay. You don't need to fix your thoughts. You need to listen to them. As Buddhism teaches, the goal isn't to control the mind. It's to witness it with compassion, with curiosity, with the grace to let it be what it is. So next time your thoughts feel too loud, don't shut them down. Sit with them, breathe through them, and let them lead you. Because number 18 reminds you, the storm in your mind isn't a flaw. It's the beginning of something brilliant. If this resonates, comment below. I trust the flow of my mind. My chaos is creative. Stay with me, because the next number is quieter, slower, but its energy builds foundations that last a lifetime. Number 48. The power of peaceful persistence. Let's take a breath. In a world that glorifies speed, applause, and instant results, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind if you're not moving fast. But number 48 offers you a completely different truth. Real growth doesn't rush. Real wealth doesn't shout. Real strength isn't loud. 48 whispers, the wisdom of slow, sacred progress. It doesn't ask you to sprint. It asks you to stay committed, to stay present, to stay aligned, even when no one is watching. Because that's how real abundance is born. Let's feel into the energy. 4 is your foundation, the builder, the daily routine, the quiet discipline. 8 is the flow of karma, wealth, and infinite return. Together, 48 creates a vibration of earned abundance, not through force, not through frenzy, but through consistency and conscious effort. Picture this. A bamboo tree spends years growing its roots underground. Nothing appears on the surface, but one day, it shoots up tall, faster than anyone expects, not because it grew overnight, but because it was preparing, quietly, faithfully, beneath the surface. That is you. Your energy, your habits, your focus. They're building something, even if no one sees it yet. 48 reminds you, you don't need to compare your pace to others. You don't need to burn out to prove you're worthy. You don't need to chase what's already meant for you. In Buddhism, the middle path is a path of endurance, not extremes. The Buddha taught that even the tallest mountain is moved one stone at a time. And that's what 48 is here to show you. So how do you embody this number? Start simple. Show up for your morning routine, even when it feels small. Meditate through the noise. Save a little, even when money's tight. Work with care, even if no one's clapping. It's these quiet, consistent actions that shape your financial and spiritual evolution. Because 48 doesn't just build wealth, it builds character, it builds presence, it builds a life that lasts. So if you've been feeling behind or doubting your path, here's your reminder. You are not behind, you are becoming. Pause and ask yourself, what's one small step I can take today? Not for perfection, but for progress. What would it feel like to trust the process, even in silence? Comment below to anchor this energy. I grow in stillness. My effort creates abundance. And don't go anywhere, because the next number, it holds the key to something many people crave, but few truly live. Freedom. The kind that's not about rebellion, but about alignment with your soul's truth. Let's move into number 36. Number 36, the key to living on your own terms. Let's pause for a deeper question. What does freedom really feel like to you? Not the kind you post as a quote, but the kind that shows up in the way you breathe, the way you walk, the way you choose. Is it the freedom to walk away from a job that drains your soul, to speak your truth without the fear of losing love, or simply to stop living your life as a reaction to other people's expectations? If any of this stirs something in you, then number 36 is calling. It carries a rare energy, one of spiritual independence, not rebellion, not escape, but something deeper, the power to be fully you, without apology. Let's explore its vibration. 3 is creativity, self-expression, play, the childlike curiosity that wants to explore, dance, build, and speak its truth. 6 is maturity, responsibility, compassion, the wise nurturer who holds space, stays grounded, and chooses with heart. Together, 36 becomes a bridge between boldness and balance, between speaking your truth and honoring others, between self-expression and self-leadership. It asks you, what masks have you been wearing just to keep the peace? What parts of yourself are whispering to be set free? From a Buddhist lens, the cause of suffering is attachment, not just to things, but to identities, stories, roles we've outgrown. Number 36 invites you to let go, not to lose, but to evolve. So how do you work with this number? Start with a small act of release. Write down one limiting belief that's holding you back. Maybe it's, I'm not ready, or I can't upset others. Now, destroy it. Rip it. Burn it. Safely. Delete it. Symbolize the decision to no longer be ruled by it. Then, remember a moment when you felt fully alive. Not because someone praised you, but because you were in pure flow. Recreate that feeling this week, even in a small way. Reclaim yourself. Finally, take inventory. Who in your life supports your growth? Who drains it? Energy is contagious. Protect yours. Number 36 is the wild horse in ancient teachings, untamed, intuitive, unstoppable. It doesn't ask for permission to run free. It simply remembers it was never meant to be caged. So if you've been shrinking to stay safe, if you've been dimming your light just to fit in, this is your wake-up call. You are not here to live anyone else's version of life. You are here to live your truth, fully, freely, fearlessly. Anchor this energy in the comments. I release what no longer fits. I return to who I truly am. And stay close, because up next is the bonus number, the most potent of them all. The one that bridges inner peace and outer prosperity and brings everything together. Let's reveal the magic of number 8. Bonus number 8, the bridge between inner peace and outer prosperity. If you've made it this far, something within you is already shifting. Maybe it's clarity, maybe it's a memory of who you were before the noise, or maybe it's a quiet knowing you were meant for more, and it starts within. And now, we arrive at number 8. To most, it's just a shape, but to the awakened mind, it's a symbol of infinity. Turn it sideways, infinity, and it becomes eternal flow. Upright, it is abundance without end. A rhythm of give and receive, of action and alignment, of energy and return. In the Buddhist path, 8 is sacred. It is the structure of the Noble Eightfold Path, a guide for living with truth, clarity, compassion, and discipline. Not to get rich quick, but to become rich in life. Because when you embody number 8, you don't chase success, you align with it. Let me share a story to ground this in truth. The man who stopped chasing. There was once a man named Ishan, a struggling artist in his 40s from Delhi. He had vision, he had passion, but life was unkind. Failed businesses, mounting debt, dreams dissolving into despair. One day, while walking aimlessly near a quiet Buddhist monastery, something stopped him. A simple hand-carved sign, bearing only the number 8. He followed it inside. A monk greeted him gently, said just this: "The river doesn't push the stone, it flows around it until the stone moves on its own." That one sentence changed Ishan's life. He stopped forcing his way forward. He stopped chasing applause. He stopped rushing to catch what wasn't ready for him. Instead, he made a vow to live by the number 8, to choose 8 mindful actions each day, simple things: creating before consuming, speaking kindness before judgment, pausing before reacting, writing his intentions before chasing outcomes. And over time, the flow returned. His peace deepened. His art found its audience. His finances healed, and so did his soul. He didn't hustle for his abundance. He became the kind of person abundance flows to. Now ask yourself, what if I stopped chasing and started flowing? What if I trusted the process more than the pressure? Number 8 invites you to shift from control into clarity. So here's how to work with this number. Start every day with 8 minutes of silence. No phone, no goals. Just breathe, just being. Each week, offer 8 small acts of kindness to loved ones, strangers, even yourself. Write 8 soul-aligned intentions, not just about what you want to achieve, but how you want to feel. Because true wealth, the kind that's unshakable, doesn't come from chasing. It comes from choosing. Choosing peace, choosing purpose, choosing to live in a way that invites success instead of forcing it. So now, let's close this circle. Take one more deep breath. You've traveled through numbers, symbols, energies, and wisdom. But really, you've traveled back to yourself. If this journey stirred something in you, even just a flicker of hope or a breath of stillness, honor it. Tap the heart, subscribe to Buddhism Mindset, and anchor it in the comments. I don't chase, I align. I welcome prosperity with peace. This is not the end. It's a new beginning. One breath, one step, one number at a time. Stay mindful, stay grounded. I'll see you in the next video.